Hey everybody, how you doing today? It is August 13th, and here we go. Some more news on Elon Musk and, Starlink is what I am talking about here. This just says Elon Musk's SpaceX wins U.S. military national security missions contract. Now, let me think. Do you think maybe that, Starlink may have some other intentions except for internet service? Have you seen the movie GEOSTORM? If you have not, please go and watch the video that I did on GEOSTORM. I'll leave it in the link, and I'll leave a link in the description because they showed you exactly what Starlink is going to be used for. At least this is what I believe, okay? They can be used for many things, but one of the things that this is going to be used for is definitely weather control and weather warfare. So please check that out because there's a lot more going on than them going up there just to get you some good internet. It says Elon Musk's SpaceX has won a competitive contract to conduct secret national security launches for the U.S. military, according to a U.S. Air Force announcement. It's a well-paid privilege for billionaire's company at $360 million. That's how much that contract that he got, $316 million. And one that private spaceflight company has battled for too, having twice sued the U.S. military after previously being denied similar contracts. It says one launch has been confirmed for 2022, and the Pentagon expects it will use SpaceX for a dozen more missions up until 2026, but no details will be released about the classified payloads. Yeah. It says the contract for Phase 2 of the National Security Space Launch Program will cover 40% of the missions for the U.S. Space Force. See, this U.S. Space Force, we have some crazy stuff that's going down and about to go down. It says the other 60% of launches will be handled for $337 million by the United Launch Alliance, a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed Martin, who had previously monopolized U.S. government launches since 2006. Well, we've all talked about Lockheed Martin, right? Lockheed Martin is one of the they're the leaders of directed energy technology, okay? And I've done videos on it in the past. Lots of people have. Check it out. Lockheed Martin definitely is in directed energy. So putting them, talking about them, SpaceX, you think of Starlink, I'm telling you, there's directed energy happening. There's been so many explosions. There has been one almost every day now all around the world, these massive explosions. I just have a gut feeling that these are something to do with directed energy. And this says, particularly through recycling its Falcon 9 rockets, where its competitors are forced to build new ones for every launch, SpaceX has managed to achieve an economy of business where others have not. Well, I think you've achieved what you want because you want to be up there for, God knows what they're going to do to us, okay? Starlink could also be used as a hologram, right? We all talk about the fake alien invasion that it speaks of in the Bible. Maybe this is, your project, Bluebeam. Maybe that is, a new, the new project Bluebeam. Is that what they're going to use Starlink for? I'll tell you one thing. I don't know. But I will say one thing I do know for sure. They're not telling you the truth when they say it's just to give you better internet. Trust me, there is a lot more going on. And I want you to see how they put all of these things together, okay? How they're trying to say right now that, that Starlink is going to help with the internet, right? Because, people want faster internet. Well, my internet seems okay when I have it, and so does yours, I'm sure. But when they're knocking it out due to power and other reasonings, then yeah, of course, it sounds perfect to so many people that aren't awake. Especially when they're doing these kind of things right here. Internet outages continue in Connecticut after Tropical Storm Isaias, even as power is restored. So they're getting their power back, but guess what? Oh, their internet's not working. See how they create a need? They make the people think that you need them. Well, we'll get you some internet. Don't worry, we're going to put all this stuff up with these satellites, and we're going to do all this, but we're just doing it for internet. We're going to get you new internet, faster speeds, just like FIBEG. It's the same thing. I was talking about that in my video earlier today, because think about all the trees that were knocked down. I can, specifically remember when they were talking about how, due to all the trees, that the small cells for FIVEG had to be closer and closer together, right? Because it travels differently. Well, they sure have knocked out a hell of a lot of trees, haven't they? Do you realize every single storm now that's come through destroys trees, knocks them down? Sure looks to me like it's clearing the path, for the infrastructure to come up, and also for, the FIVEG to travel further the way that they want it. It says internet access has been unavailable to some customers even as power was restored days after Tropical Storm Isaias tore through Connecticut, creating an anomaly of humming refrigerators and air conditioners while computer screens are dark and silent. Yeah, and that's another thing too. So many people are talking about how they lost all of their food. This just seems like they're attacking so hard right now at everybody, whether it's at your power, or coming after the food, or etc. But they all kind of work together. It all seems like they're doing everything they can to make us as vulnerable as we can be, right? Think about it. Right now, if you just got hit by these power outages, you lost all your food, we're starting to come into fall, I think they're going to hammer this so hard through September and October that, come this winter, you are going to be in such a spot that you never were planning on being, because they're going to hit you with all these different types of things, including all the nonsense with CV, which they're pushing even more now for United States wide mask ban, and it's just crazy. Says Terry Foley of Harwington said she did not lose electricity, but her internet service was out since the storm August 4th until Monday night. Why? You got your power, you should have your internet. We have no clue how we had no clue how massive it was, she said. We were thrilled to have power, of course. No internet means a lot to us. What else can they do by this? They can limit you and me talking, right? They limit us by shutting down the internet. Like we've talked about, it may go down. It could go down any day, and it could go down for good, or it could go down just for a few days. That's another way they're going to be able to control us. See, this is the whole thing, is they're going to do whatever they can to stop the truth from getting out. So channels like mine and many other great channels that are out trying to push this truth are being attacked on a daily basis. So if you haven't, please go and subscribe to my backup channel, Eric Sees All 2, and subscribe to me on BitChute. It's just Eric Sees All, the same thing. I'm trying to upload to them as much as I do here, so that if, I get another copyright strike and my channel's gone, I will still be able to talk to all of you, because they do not want the truth out. So keep on this with me. I'll leave the links to the descriptions in these, for these articles in my description page, and you can go ahead and check them out. Please share this, talk about it, tell your family, tell your friends, and make a plan. If it's not a wildfire, if it's not a tornado, if it's not a derecho, if it's not, a hurricane, a wildfire, I said that twice, I know, but it's just like, they're just repetitive, right? If it's not the first one, it might be the second. Just like a hurricane, it might not be the first storm, might be the next one, or the next one. Have a plan, that's all I'm saying. A plan costs $0. I understand we are all struggling for money. I know that more than a lot right now. Okay, I'm going through a lot, but we have a plan. We have go bags set up. They didn't cost me anything. Put up some water, and just to know where your child is going to go if they're not with you. That's the one thing I always worry about with my son. Know if he's not with you, he knows where you're headed, where you're going, and just to be as prepared as we can. I know we keep saying it, but it's the truth. If you can be prepared and stay a step ahead of this government, this evil that's out here trying to take you and take advantage of you and target you and, hurt you, it's only going to help, and it may save your life. So we'll talk to you all real soon. Continue to pray, please. Prayer is so powerful, and the more you pray, the more that you will be shown and given the strength of how to get through this, okay? I love you all. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.